Hi, I'm Sarah. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and for finding this video. I help women identify emotional abuse in their life and heal and grow from it primarily. I have a Facebook group for that if that is something that you are in need of. But I also like to share about my more natural lifestyle that I have chosen to help me stay healthy and active and be there for my kiddos and my family for as long as possible. So, that said, today we are going to cover a subject that is now near and dear to my heart because I needed it and I was not able to find a lot of information on it. So, I'm going to share my journey with you about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And so if that doesn't mean anything to you, basically what I found out is I am now almost 38 years old here in a couple of months. I know you're not supposed to share about that, but we're being honest and real here today. So that is what it is. And for a long time, probably the past at least 3 to 4 years, I have slowly been losing my energy and my mood has shifted. And I used to be happy, go lucky, fun, very quick witted and just a lot of fun with, especially with my husband, my family, happy all the time, positive. And I just found myself going slowly downhill to the point where I just didn't want to spend time with anyone. My kids would annoy me more than they should. I love them to death. They are not annoying, but I was annoyed because of my mindset. I didn't have the energy to keep up with them. Right now, they're 4 and 6, and I need to. They're active, and I need to get up and be there with them, and go to the park and things like that. And I just didn't have the energy, so I thought that something was seriously wrong. I do have a history of different types of cancer and thyroid issues and things like that in my family. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of freaked out a little bit. My favorite modality as far as healthcare is to go to my chiropractor, functional nutritionist, things like that. And what I found out is that by the time that we are 40, many women's testosterone levels actually drop by 50%. And you might be going, what? Testosterone? What are you talking about? So, because that's usually associated with men. Well, actually, women need a small amount. And if that small amount is very important to our daily functions in the way of energy, in the way of sex drive, in the way of our mood, it affects a lot of different things. And so if that drops by half, you can imagine what that does to all of those different areas of life. And so what I chose to do, actually my husband decided to look into that first, and I saw his results. He might kill me for putting this on a video, but his results were incredible. And so I was just like, I need to look into this and see if this is a thing for me. And so I looked around I think I looked into 4 or 5 different places. I went to a specialized OBGYN near me. They offered the therapy. I looked into pricing and how they did things. There are 2 different ways that women can get testosterone that I have uncovered, and one is a cream, which I personally wanted to avoid because it's something that you need to apply daily, and so it can get on your hands, and I just didn't want that in any way to transfer to my kids or other, even my pets and affect them. and I just didn't want to deal with it every single day. So the other option is a pellet, which can be injected, um, and you only have to get that injection, depending on your levels and things, every 2 to 3 months typically. And so that is definitely the route that I wanted to go. And so what I did was I found a local hormone replacement therapy clinic, and I went in and talked to them. They had the best pricing and seemed to really align with my more natural way of life. And most of the things that they offer are bioidentical, meaning chemically the same as the things that are the chemicals in our body create just naturally. And so the process, what that looks like is I said, yes, I want to look into that. They said, great. I made an appointment. I went in for an appointment, and what they did was they took several vials of blood to run a hormone panel, a thyroid panel, and I don't think it's actually called this, but vitamins, to see like vitamins and minerals in my body where I might be deficient there. And then I did an in-body. And so an in-body scanner is basically, it looked a lot to me like a weight scale at a doctor's office. You just stand on it barefoot, and you hold these two little sensors on your thumbs, and it takes maybe about a minute, and it reads where the fat is in your body, where where your body, how much fat is in your arms, your limbs, your trunk, all of that, your body mass index, so that you can see what the what the makeup of your body is, and how much water you have in different places, if you are hydrated or not, that kind of thing. It can read all of that in, like I said, less than a minute. It's pretty cool. So you do that, and then there is a cardio test. And I thought that a cardio test would mean that I would need to get on a treadmill and run and then see how I reacted to it. Silly me. So, but what actually happens is I went in and I laid down, and they put sensors on me, like a blood pressure cuff on my arm, and then one on my ankle, and then a sticky, like a piece of tape with a sensor basically on my foot to see my sweat levels basically, and my circulation and things like that. And so I basically laid down on the table for a while, and then they had me breathe in and breathe out, and they told me when to breathe in and breathe out so that I could simulate like a heavy breathing, and then they had me stand up, and the machine read that. And so that took probably maybe 5 minutes, and then the tests were done. And then I left the office. They made appointments with me to get my results from a doctor. And so a few days later, someone called me with the results of my cardio test. And based on that, they want to make sure that there are no blockages in your arteries, that your cardiovascular system is completely healthy, and just evaluate where you are to make sure that treatments will not have an adverse reaction or effect on you. So I had that consultation, and then I think it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, that I had a call from a doctor, and she let me know where I was deficient in different vitamins and minerals, and then where my hormone levels were, including DHEA, progesterone, testosterone, that kind of thing. And sure enough, I was actually very deficient in testosterone. Like I said, I'm 38, and around 40, they're supposed to drop by half. And I was definitely even under half at my age. And I am pretty consistent with a paleo style healthier diet and fairly active and all the things. So it's not that I like live on fast food or am unhealthy or in any way. So just know that you can be very active in taking a role in taking control of your health and still have these issues. So I came up with a plan. She gave me a list of supplements that I needed. I am very, very picky about where I get my supplements. She did recommend that I have a progesterone treatment as well. But thankfully, I know of a natural progesterone that is made from yam extract that I'm just able to put on my arm. And so I ordered that on my own. And then I don't have to have a prescription for that. And also, she said I needed a little bit of thyroid support. Again, thankfully, I know of a natural thyroid support that helps me to avoid getting on a prescription medication for that. So we will be doing my blood work again in 6 to 8 weeks. And so I will let you know, because I'm being very consistent with those supplements so that I can see if I do need to explore other options or if those will be sufficient. So then I made an appointment to go into the office and get the pellet injection of the hormone pellets or the testosterone pellets. So I did that, and what that consists of is I basically went in the room and laid on my side. They had me choose a side because it is actually an injection right over your buttock. And so they said, which side do you want it on? They did like a local numbing shot, and I felt that. And then after that, I did not feel anything but pressure, and it was a small incision, probably about this big, let's say like less than a quarter of an inch. And so that was actually pretty sore for a while. It was a little weird walking around with that one side of my leg a little bit numb for the week. And then I actually started my cycle the next day. And so I'm a little bit iron deficient. I'm now on a supplement for that. So I think the combination of those two things, I'm not going to lie, the next 2 days I was sore and my energy levels were lower and wasn't in a great place for a couple of days, but I was able to get through it and still, function. And at this point, I'm so used to having no energy and not wanting to do things that was just par for the course for a couple of days. But thankfully, as of today, it has been, we're 2 days before 2 weeks. So about a week and a half, a little over a week and a half in. And yesterday, I completely felt back to myself. I could cry telling you this, but I was back to my quick wit and hanging out with my family and loving it, and just, picking on my husband like we always have. My drive has come back. I just feel like 10 years ago version of me, like my 28-year-old self again. And they say that it takes 2 to 3 weeks to fully kick in. And then, like I said, you reevaluate your blood work and things in 6 to 8 weeks and just see where you're at and what's working and what's not, and adjust from there. But I can already tell you that it is worth it. That, couple of days of uncomfortableness and having a bandage and things for a few days to change out was a minor inconvenience for what the results have been. And so let me look at my notes. So anyway, that is the process that I know about so far. Feel free to ask questions. I am going to talk to the place that I'm working at and see if they want me to message their name or to put their name out there, if that's okay. I am not a doctor. I am just sharing my experience as a normal, everyday mama of two. And like I said, I hope this helps, especially for women like me that are nowhere near menopause yet, hopefully. And just to know that if the low energy, low libido, things like that are coming into play for you, that there are options outside of medications, outside of, you know, therapy and things like that. I love therapy. I actually go to therapy, but in this case, it was a deficiency that needed to be filled to make a huge difference in my life. I hope that this helps. If you would like more information on even more natural ways to help you with your mind, body, and spirit, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this information, and feel free to ask questions. Take care, and check out the description for the link to my Facebook group if that is a need that you have. Have a great day, guys.